What's good, y'all? It's Solution back at it with another mental gym video in which I give you guys mental exercises you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals that you are after. So let's get right into it. So today I want to talk about something that is pretty common, or many people have probably told you about, which is preparation. And the definition I came up with for preparation in the context of achieving your goals is always getting ready before you do something that will help you achieve your goals. Key thing here is always getting ready. So you've already probably heard people tell you a quote or something like preparation is key. And all those people who said that were absolutely right. Preparation is key. And you might think it is key for different reasons, but the reason why I believe, or how I have seen preparation and why I believe it is key, is it stacks the chips in your favor. So essentially, you probably have already realized in life now that there's a lot of shit you cannot control. There is so much shit that you cannot control. You're just one man in a world with all this complexity where everyone is doing whatever the fuck. There's hella shit going on that has nothing to do with you that you cannot control. But the thing is, you can control if you're getting ready before you do something. When it comes to your goals, when it comes to taking action on your goals, you can prepare to do something. There could always be shit that goes wrong. There could always be shit that is out of your control. But the one thing you can control is if you are getting ready before you do something. Because if you do so, you are putting yourself in the best possible position you can. And what more could you possibly ask for yourself in a world where there's so much shit you already can't control? If there's all these things you can't control, at least you should always, every single time you do anything, put yourself in the best possible position with the information that you have at your disposal. Because on the other end of things, it might sound cool to be like, oh, I'm just going to wing it. I'll be all right. Those things sound cool. But the reason why I believe, and hopefully I can convince you guys to believe, is it's foolish to think that way, is because if you have time to get ready, why would you not get ready? Like, you do not help yourself by being unprepared and succeeding. And if you believe that is fine, you end up learning a wrong lesson. Because if you succeed without preparing, you will then start to think, hopefully you guys don't immediately start thinking like that, but maybe some of you guys think like this now. You will then think, oh, that means I should always walk into things unprepared because shit is just going to work out. When you're going to be in for a rude awakening when you don't prepare and shit goes hella fucking wrong. Because not only can shit randomly happen that's out of your control, it could be much worse for you because you weren't even ready at all. Because imagine you said, okay, I'm gonna run a marathon tomorrow without ever running a marathon before. You are gonna fucking struggle. Whereas if you prepare for a year in advance before you run that marathon, you're probably gonna do well if no extreme situation happens to you, right? So why would you not always want to put yourself in a position to be ready before you do something? Because all that will do is increase the likelihood you succeed. And I guess one of the most important things too, decrease the anxiety level you feel. Because when you do something and you're just not fucking ready to do it at all, your anxiety is going to be a lot higher. You're going to feel more nervous. And I would assume, even though nervousness is natural, you guys would not want to feel extremely nervous before you do something. In fact, you guys would want to feel the exact opposite. You would want to feel very confident walking into something so you can feel very bold about the actions you take. Because usually when you do something with confidence, the likelihood that you do it well is just higher. So you want to put yourself in good positions like this. So getting into the mental exercise, preparation in itself is a skill. You get good at preparing by preparing a lot. And if you always are getting ready before you do something, you will get better at getting ready, which is really the important shit I want you guys to realize here. You want to just get good at getting ready because that's how you always will put yourself at the highest percentage that you will get a good result out of something. So how do you get good at getting ready? Well, consistency. You have to consistently get ready. You have to consistently get ready before you do stuff. Because I'll give you guys an example. Let's say you're a soccer player, right? And you get ready for a game that you have. So you get ready for the game, you go to the game, and you're with your team, you do your warm up, and then the game's about to start and you're starting in the game. And then you quickly go to your bag and then you realize, oh shit, I had my water bottle, I had my towels, I had my box that I'm going to keep my jewelry in. You have all these things, but you don't have your shin guards. So while you did prepare for the game, you ended up forgetting something. So then, boom, you go borrow somebody else's shin guards and then you play the game. So the good thing about this, you were prepared, but the thing is, you did not prepare well enough, right? Because maybe you lacked an important piece of knowledge or information, right? To be able to prepare better to make sure your shin guards were in your bag before you played, right? So by preparing for this one game, you have learned something new. You got all the other stuff you needed, but you realize you forgot your shin guards. So what that means is the next time you have a soccer game, what do? You double check to make sure you have your shin guards, right? And now that will be a part of your getting ready regiment. And you can apply this with whatever path of goal achievement you're on where you have to perform a certain action. You can now apply to your getting ready regiment that you always double check for things. When first you prepare the items that you need, and then before you go do the thing, you also double check to see you have all the items. So now you have improved your ability to prepare. Because whenever you prepare now, you not only prepare the items you need, but you also double check to make sure the items are there before you go do what you need to do. And think about it, this skill will then stack. The more you get ready, the more you get ready and then go do something, because like I said, things are already out of your control, so things can go wrong. You can now take in the information from the shit that went wrong and add that into your preparation. If you know you could go somewhere and like, oh, it might be rainy, or you go show up somewhere, you prepared like it was going to be sunny, and then it ended up raining outside, you're like, oh, fuck. Obviously, things can go wrong. You adapt to the situation, but now you have the knowledge to realize, okay, if I'm ever going to go out and do something when it's sunny outside, I also should be prepared for the fact that it could rain and have a solution for that ready. That's how you improve. That's how you create this cycle and momentum towards achieving your goals. Because now you're always at your best before you do anything. Every single time you do something, you will always be at your best because you have consistently practiced getting ready before you do something. I hope this is really clicking. And I kind of already talked about it, but the second part of this is first, obviously, you have to consistently prepare. Why? Because this will help you get into the habit of preparation where you're always just preparing for everything you do. But already mentioning it, I talked about reflect. So essentially, when you prepare for something, right? And then you go do the thing. So then you do something, right? You have to reflect on the do. So you prepared, you did, you reflect now. So what did I learn? So I prepared for this, something happened. What did I now learn? How can I add into my getting ready regimen? How can I now make sure that my getting ready is improving? Because it's not just about getting ready, it's about improving your ability to get ready to increase the likelihood you get the outcomes you want. And if you do that, you will increase the speed at which you achieve your goals. And this is how you get extremely successful, by increasing your ability to prepare. If you increase the quality of your ability to prepare, you will get better outcomes. And kind of side story, just because I want to mention it to y'all. Like, from practicing this myself, I've also really learned this from Batman, who is a DC comic book superhero. If you guys don't already know who he is, but essentially he's like a superhero who has no powers, but he really makes up for his lack of powers for his skill and preparation, because he gets ready for almost everything. When he has to go fight crime or take care of some bad guys, he is always prepared. He knows the bad guy's weaknesses. He does his research. He gains as much knowledge and nuance before he does something and then does it. But he is still ready to adapt to the situation. And if he overcomes that situation or doesn't die, of course, he then goes back to his drawing board and be like, so I was prepared for this and this, but this is a new thing that happened. So I need to add this to my preparation regimen. And because of this, he's almost ready for anything and he can overcome so many things compared to if he was just not prepared at all. There is no benefits for being unprepared, guys. So if you guys don't know about Batman, you should definitely go check him out. But I think a lot of guys mess with Batman because he's cool, because he has no powers, but his preparation skill is off the charts. So yeah, so with that being said, that's pretty much my preparation mental exercise. I hope this makes sense. Please give me feedback on this if this hit your brain neurons in a way that you're like, damn, that is true. There is no reason for me not to be getting ready for shit if I have time to get ready, because there's already a lot of things out of my control. And I want to already put myself in a good position where I can get the things that I want by taking care of all the things I can in the moment to increase the likelihood I get something. Because there's no point in not preparing for a marathon. There's no point in not preparing for a marathon. There's no point in me just showing up to a marathon trying to run it and then struggling when I could have just prepared because I had the time to do so. So please give me feedback on that. Did this make sense? And if you believe you're like, nope, solution, this was trash, you could have explained it better. You could have used this example. You could have written more. You could have said this. You could have said these different things or communicated this in some different way for me to better understand it. Whatever you got to say, drop it down in the comments. It all helps me become a better YouTuber, to better communicate these mental exercises that will better serve you and help you guys become extremely successful. And if you liked it, please, please, please like the video, boost us in algorithm so more guys can see this. Make sure they're always prepared for everything that they do on the path to whatever goals they're trying to achieve, so they can always put themselves in the best position possible in a world where there's hella shit that we can't control. And I guess with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next Mental Gym video. Peace.